Hi, this is Bibi from clutterclearinglifecoaching.com, and today I want to talk about when you feel like you have too many emotions. Not overwhelmed, but you get too happy too quickly. I was listening to a song earlier I saw on my YouTube suggestion. It was a song, The Rose. I think it was Bette Midler who sang it, and then Conway Twitty. I think quite a number of singers actually sang that particular song. It's a song that speaks to me personally because I've always liked it. The moment I heard it years ago, I fell in love with it. And it got me to thinking, when people are afraid of, like if you've been parked for a while emotionally, you've been taking a sabbatical from your emotions, your positive emotions, your love, your desire, your happiness, your joy, your passion. And then something happens, and that could be anything, that allows you to let your those emotions peek out. They peek out. Well, they want to see what's going on now. And because you've been in a certain way for a long time, you've been in a holding pattern. Like if you've drawn a breath and you were afraid to exhale, because those emotions may get hurt. They may get hurt, and we keep them suppressed. But then something happens, and that could be anything. That could be something, a movie you see, a song you hear, someone who, gets your passion going. It could be anything at all. Something within your family, something within even your workplace, your work setting, your friends, your co-workers, something out in the world, anything at all, because it doesn't necessarily, it's not necessarily just applicable to romantic love. It's applicable to anything, to any type of enjoyment, something that really has a profound impact on you emotionally in a grand way, a magnificent way, that you just want to rush and meet it, but then you slow down. You slow down because you have these fears. Because in the past you may have gotten hurt. In the past you may have had a faux pas where you made a bad decision and you're still embarrassed by it. It could be a number of things. Or just afraid of getting hurt. That's the main one. People mostly afraid of getting hurt, especially when they've been hurt in the past, embarrassed. Sometimes people will walk all over you and trample your feelings, and they don't care, and they move on. And you are left with the scars, and you're afraid to just let those emotions, like you want to open the toy box and let them peek out, and they want to, but you have this veil, or you have several layers of veils that are, keeping you safe. So, with that being said, how do you deal with that? If there's something you really want to let them rush out and, get a head-on collision, just to see, experience the impact, the sheer enormity of two forces that just could basically turn your world into something really wonderful, something really fantastic, something you haven't felt in a long time, but you're holding back. So what you're doing is you put the brakes on it. You put the brakes on, or you put the brake on. I'm from a different country, so you put the brake on it, and you bottle those feelings for a while. So you have a hard time now expressing them, because you're just, every time you are met with your, let's say you want to do public speaking, and you're standing in front on a podium. You have you have your little soapbox. You're standing there, and you're already in everybody's mind, behind their eyes, judging you and getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller with every passing nanosecond until you scare yourself so much you run away. You say all the wrong things because your energy is now, and everything you're afraid of saying, messing up, looking like a fool, usually at least 50% of those will come out. But how do we get to the place where we feel free to express ourselves? It's what I'm saying is not where you have to be having a morbid fear. Now, some of you may have a lot of fear around expressing yourself because, again, in the past you got hurt, and let's deal with that. Let's deal with the deeper side, the darker sides of this, where you really are afraid to express yourself, or just let your passions run wild. You want to, but the pain also of holding back is extremely strong. The pain is real. The suffering, the misery that's tied into holding back is like a whole new set of pains that you just created for yourself. Because it takes a lot out of you to hold yourself back and not express who you really are. I just had the picture, an image of somebody painting a nice picture, express themselves. We're nice painting. And sometimes we're afraid of being critiqued harshly, that we may put them away, or we may never put that paintbrush to the canvas or the paper, which is not fair to us. It is really not fair to us. Because the pain and the suffering built into holding yourself back from freedom of expression, it takes a lot out of us. It makes us tired, it makes us weary. It makes us feel life is not fair. It makes us feel that people around us are not fair. Nobody has done anything yet, though. This is all in our minds. Nobody has done anything yet. Nobody has criticized you. Nobody has told you, well, oh, that's so silly, you look silly, you look ridiculous. That hasn't happened yet. But you've already lived that horrible experience in your mind. And it seems real, doesn't it? Because the mind, you can trick it into thinking something is real. So let's look at that for a minute. None of these things that you're fearing hasn't happened yet. There's no guarantee that people will laugh at you. There's no guarantee that somebody will shoot you down. There's no guarantee that you're going to get your heart broken, or your hopes dashed, or somebody will reject you or disappoint you. There's no guarantee of any of those, fun things happening. And that's a good thing, isn't it? There's no guarantee that that's going to happen. Everybody thinks about guarantees on the other side. Well, there's no guarantee they will accept you, or accept what you've done, or see you as the artist you are, you're capable of, or say, well, look, this is a bit raw. Let's work on this. I think you got something here. There's no guarantee for that either, but there's no guarantee for the other side. Take note of that. There's no guarantee that they're going to reject you either. So don't let that fear cement that into your mind that all is lost. You haven't started yet. You have not started yet. Don't put yourself in a corner when you have so much to give and so much expression to be seen by everyone. So let's do what do you do? Basic thing that you can do at home is get a piece of paper and write down whatever you're afraid of expressing. What you want to public speaking, you want to do a painting, you want to put on a drama, whatever it is that you're hoping to achieve. Write it down, and then write down 3 of those fears. Remember the non-guaranteed fears, that they will come true. Write 3 of them down. And then just beneath that, write down 3 to 5 or more, 3 to 100 of the things that could go right. Let's tip the balance from what could go wrong to what could go right with your freedom of expression, so that you are free to express yourself. What could go right? More guarantees in that area, in that arena, is in your best interest at this point. More guarantees of success. You got to retrain your mind here. You're retraining your brain so that this comes naturally to you. When there's something to be done, something that you need to express yourself with, you're on the ball. When somebody said once, when we see a successful person, we see a straight line like that. Like, we see their life as that. Well, they have all the chances, they got all the good stuff, they met all the right people, they probably had a bunch of seed money to start with. And then someone, the next, just beneath that, they said, what they don't see is a line and what they had to go through. It's not anything like what we would envision it to be. They had to work hard. They got their breaks, yes. But were they there at the cutting board when the break arrived? Yes, they were. So let's not be holding back because we're too scared to be at the cutting board. Let's be at the cutting board. Right? So let's do a basic round of tapping. Very basic. To just get the program, whatever is programmed right now with all the negative guarantees that we're fearing, loosened up a little. Just loosen right up a little. A little bit goes a long way with releasing. So even though I'm afraid to express myself, I choose to deeply and completely love and express myself. Deeply love myself anyway. Tongue-tied. Even though I'm afraid to express myself, and I keep holding back out of fear that I might not do too well, and I'm going to be judged harshly. I choose to deeply and completely love and accept who I am anyway. Even though I'm afraid to express myself. What if they say no? What if they look at me like, what is wrong with you? You have no talent. You don't know what you're doing. This is so disappointing. This is absolute trash. This is absolute garbage. Get away from here. I choose to love, honor, and accept who I am anyway. This fear of expressing myself. I'm afraid to express myself. I'm really afraid to express myself. Because of rejection. Wait a minute now. Does that mean I just rejected myself? Rejected my own talent? Rejected my own feelings? Because this hurts. This really hurts. I have this fear of rejecting myself. I'm afraid to express myself. I'm really afraid to express myself. That was a dog had me distracted. I am so afraid to express myself. Take a deep breath. And out. Have a sip of water, some Gatorade, something. that has electrolytes in it will do fantastic rebalancing, because you shift a lot of energy when you focus and you release the unwanted, the fears that holds us back from living the life that we really want, that we truly deserve. If you need my help with any of this, I will post a link in the description, the link to my website, which is clutterclearinglifecoaching.com. That is clearing out the clutter and getting you back on track at clutterclearinglifecoaching.com. Fill out the contact form, put your phone number. I will call you as soon as I'm able to, and we will devise a plan of action. Until then, stay safe, express yourself, and peace.